So woke up this morning feeling called to make a video, and I don't know when I'm going to release this, um, or put it on YouTube or whatever. I've been thinking deeply about. Sorry, it shifted. I'm not going to edit that. We're going to keep it raw. This is a documentation of vlogging, bootleg. I like bootleg vlogging. Thinking about black people and why we're not scared of the coronavirus, and kind of thinking just how that black people in America have lived with something big like the coronavirus our entire life for generations and generations. This idea of not knowing what is going to be around the next corner, not knowing how things are going to work out, not being in control of your finances and your destiny and where you could go all the time, not being welcome in every setting. You don't always know. You always have to check in. You need, in so many, check in with. We always have to be aware of where you are, where you're going, and what community in America. And so seeing white people put in this position, this does not bring me joy. That's something I have to kind of state right off the bat. It doesn't bring me joy to see the economy jeopardized, because we all have to live and make money in the system that we've created. Now, I do see a lot of people out and doing their thing, which is kind of odd, because they were saying several schools were shut down, but I see buses going, so I don't even know what's going on. So that, maybe there's some, I don't know. But seeing white people in a position that they can't just fly anywhere and do anything because there's something bigger than them, more powerful than them, that is stopping them, that level of oppression is what black people have always existed in. And it can be an illusion, because there are black people that thrive in America, but as a whole, systemically, we do not. And economically, there's a 150-year or more gap between a black person and his counter or her counterpart, her white counterpart, or his white counterpart. There's a chasm of wealth that is an opportunity to wealth. So it can, and you can have black friends right next to you growing up and not realize that they live a completely different life. There's a second America that exists right in front of you. And now that we moved into an age, and this is with the internet and people speaking up and people expressing themselves and people having a platform and people seeing black people and seeing their magic. Black people have magic in them because we're forced to have magic. So everything that you deem as magical or special about a black person, more than likely, is a response or a manifestation of oppression, of white supremacy, and scar tissue. You're witnessing scar tissue. And so when you see a black person that you like, their energy, their vibe, their style, their music, their voice, their art, all of that is a response to an oppressive system that was designed to destroy them or enslave them. So what you're doing is you're admiring their scars, right? And the reason I bring this up is because what happens in times where it's stressful for white people, with like a coronavirus type situation, is you end up reaching out to your black friends for grounding and spiritual support. But the problem is you haven't done the work. And to ask that of a black person, and you don't verbally ask it, oh, I want to use your energy, oh, I want to use your, I need your support. Sometimes you ask directly like that, but most of the time you just want to engage. You just reach out to that person, hey, how are you? But that's really not what you don't really care how that person is doing. You're just so stressed out, and they're the only person that you've seen that you resonate with that has a spiritual grounding, and you gravitate towards that. Now, if you want to gravitate towards that black person, this is what I suggest. As a black person, you need to pay them. As a white person, you need to pay them. So if you don't have resources, money, you need to really dig deep and find some sort of value that you're bringing to the table, some sort of opportunity. And it can't be, and you have to ask, hey, is this, would this be beneficial to you, i.e. black person, that I want to feed off of spiritually? And if they say no, you need to respect that. But they probably won't say no because they're conditioned to cater to you. They're conditioned to be the nice token black person, the super Negro, right? So, white people that want spiritual grounding, that are that know black people, and you have this inclination to reach out to them because they're so whatever. If you have resources, you need to pay them for their time. And not some bullshit number. You need to pay them a significant number. Take the information that they give you, and then you need to spread that amongst other white people. And when they have money, they need to contribute to that black person, right? So this is what needs to happen during this time. We are in a very interesting time. The coronavirus appears to be really going rampant in other countries, and there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of misinformation out there as well. But before you reach out to your black friend for emotional support and ask them to engage in emotional labor, be prepared to pay. This pretty much is the gist of this. And then sometimes your money is not valuable enough. And a lot of times you don't have enough money. You think you do, but you don't have enough money to buy that person's spiritual energy. We're talking about spiritual labor. But this is done all the time, where in just simple conversations, in emotional settings, people gravitate to a black person to lean on because their energy is just so, I don't know, they're so fun, they're so whatever, right? You need to pay for that shit. So I apologize if it's not, if I'm bouncing all over the place, or if it's not coherent. This is just a stream of consciousness. I am available for limited spiritual support, but you do have to pay. PayPal, Venmo, work it out. If you don't have that, art supplies. I'm an artist by trade. Sorry, my phone keeps moving. I'm an artist by trade, so canvases, all that stuff is very valuable to me because I can then create art, and in turn, I can in turn create a product that I can sell. So that's how I make one of the ways that I make my living is selling art pieces. So be safe. I wish you health, white people. Black people, you know what it is. I love you. I am you. You are me. I believe that people are resilient and lean into things. Lean into the fear. Lean into, I'm giving you too much. Peace.